in the project called Nigeria. We want to appreciate being here all the time in service of the Nigerian people. So, gentlemen of the press, we have called you to alert Nigerians and the international community of the atrocious move by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to destroy and erase evidence of its intolerable rigging of the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Late yesterday at 10:10 p.m., note that time, 10:10 p.m. yesterday, INEC, in a desperate move to prevent our party and candidate from obtaining necessary evidence as ordered by the court, filed a motion requesting that it be allowed to reconfigure the Beavers machines and wipe out relevant information that our party and candidate require to prosecute our case at the Presidential Election Tribunal. This reprehensible move by INEC to frustrate the desire of Nigerians to get redress through the court is a clear recipe for crisis and deliberate design by the Commission to derail our democracy process and trigger anarchy in the country. Nigerians can recall how the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, superintended over the manipulation of results of the presidential election and hurriedly announced a winner in spite of widespread outcry and complaint over numerous evidence of malpractices and violation of several provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 by INEC and its officials. The INEC chairman bypassed all steps and procedures provided by the Electoral Act for the declaration of results, including to announce and declare only results that were transmitted directly from the polling units to the INEC server or website, and to review the result in the event of disputes and objections as to the correctness and consistency of the collated result. For emphasis, Section 64(6) of the Electoral Act clearly states, subsection 6 says, where during collation of results there is a dispute regarding a collated result or the result of an election from any polling unit, the collation officer or returning officer shall use the following to determine the correctness of the disputed result. A, as subsection 6A, the original of the disputed collated result for each polling unit where the election is disputed. B, the smart card reader or other technology device used for accreditation of voters in each polling unit where the election is disputed for the purpose of obtaining accreditation data directly from the smart card reader or technology device. C, data of accreditation recorded and transmitted directly from each polling unit where the election is disputed as prescribed under Section 47(2) of this Act. And D, the votes and the result of the election recorded and transmitted directly from each polling unit where the election is disputed as prescribed under Section 64 of this Act. Furthermore, Section 65(1)(c) of the Electoral Act 2022 states as follows. 65(1). The decision of the returning officer shall be final on any question arising from or relating to subparagraph C, declaration of scores of candidates and the return of a candidate, provided, and this is where that is very important, the proviso to that act, that's Section 65(1). Provided that the Commission shall have the power within 7 days to review the declaration and return where the Commission determines that the said declaration and return was not made voluntarily or was made contrary to the provisions of the law, regulations, and guidelines and manual for the election. Instead of being guided by the law, the INEC chairman brazenly announced and declared results that were not transmitted directly from the polling units to INEC server and website, while ignoring the objections and complaints raised during the collation in complete disregard to the provisions of the Electoral Act. Despite the provocative act of INEC chairman, the PDP, as a law-abiding party, approached the court and obtained an order directing INEC to, among other things, grant our party and our candidate unrestrained access to carry out a forensic examination of the ballot papers, data forms, beavers, and all card readers, and all other necessary information, materials, and evidence to get redress for Nigerians at the election tribunal. Apparently, panicked by the order, INEC rushed to court to file a motion requesting the court to allow it to reconfigure the beavers devices with the view to erasing the information contained therein. In the obnoxious motion by INEC, INEC admitted that, and I quote from their own document, which is here, the motion that they filed in court, which is here. They said, Beaver's application stores the accreditation data for all voters accredited on the device for the presidential, senatorial districts, and House of Representatives election conducted on the 25th February 2023. And that the reconfiguration of the Beaver devices, quote from their words, entails purging the accreditation data on the Beaver devices. So what they are hoping is to purge those information. This action by INEC is vexatious, provocative, and only points to the impunity and culpability of the Commission with regards to the reported manipulation and alteration of results to deny our party and its candidate their victory at the presidential election. It further validates the fact that our party and president candidate won the February 25, 2023 presidential elections based on the actual votes cast at the polling units. If INEC has nothing to hide, and this is very important, why was it in a hurry to declare manipulated results without recourse to the provisions of the Electoral Act? And without consideration of the disputes, objections, and complaints raised by other parties during the collation process? Why is INEC panicky and desperate to raise the data in the beavers, if not that they contain evidence of malpractices and its culpability in the elections? The PDP is a law-abiding party. We'll continue to pursue the matter in accordance with the law. We believe that despite the shenanigans by INEC, justice will be served at the end of the day. We thank you very much for listening. We thank you, and God bless Nigeria. Amen. Thank you very much for these are very important questions, and I'm happy with the engagement. Number one, the question as to what if the court does not grant, that would be speculative, and I don't want to answer the kind of speculating. Because we believe in the court. That's why we've gone to the court, because you recall that the president in his address said, if you don't like the result, go to court. As law-abiding organization that is people-oriented, we've approached the court. And there's a subsiding order of court directing INEC, which is an organ created by law. We will expect that to be respected. We know that courts are very jealous. I'm a lawyer, and I know that courts they guide their orders very jealously. I have no reason to believe that the court will be going against its own order, particularly if the issue is about substantial justice. That's number one. Number two, sir, your question, which is to whether we are asking for postponement. We are asking for the order of court to be respected. It is not for us to determine that, but one thing is clear. Election is for Nigerians, not Nigerians for election. The INEC has a responsibility to ensure that every Nigerian, and indeed the whole world, particularly because of the investment of the international community to the Nigerian process and the electoral process, and particularly INEC, because it's a beneficiary of so many technical partnership arrangements with agencies all over the world. It has a duty to ensure that whatever it does is transparent and people can have confidence in it. So It is not for us, it is for INEC to manage its affairs. But we believe that the interest and the confidence and the integrity of the electoral process should be paramount in the heart and mind of INEC, and they should do that which should benefit the interest and promote our democracy and the process that we've been practicing since 1999.
Any other?
Thank you.